In this tutorial, we're going to have a look at the tiny asset. So the tiny asset you can insert from insert character tiny. So as you can see, this character is built on top of the leg asset. So it has the same leg setup. What you'll find is that now we have a different, since this character is a byte character, obviously we have a lot more controls than the leg setup, because now we have a torso, we have arms, hands, and a head and a jaw, and even some eyes as well that we need to control. So I'm not going to go over the leg controls, because we've already talked about that in the leg asset tutorial. So what we can see, maybe what's different with this asset, is that now we have different spine controls, so which is just also an FK setup. So we have FK shoulder controls as well. And we have an FK setup for the arms as well, because we can find a little switch control here. So I can just switch back to FK whenever I want. So we have some normal FK controls. So again, all of the circles are always FK controls, and whatever's a square or a cube are IK controls. So you have jaw, head, eyes, what else is different about this character? So one other thing that we've noticed as well is whenever we select and we rotate the torso, in this case we can see that the arms actually follow, or the wrists follows. So if I select the wrist control, I can see that I actually have a space switch for that. So what that currently means, with the current setup, I can see that my hand control follows whatever the shoulder is doing. So that means if I'm going to move the shoulder, my hand is going to move up and down as well. But if, for instance, if I would want it to move independent from the shoulder, then I can just select the hand and say, for instance, okay, I just want it to follow the torso. So, and now if I move the shoulder, you can see that the wrist doesn't actually move. So we can still change towards another space. So for instance, we still have the global one as well, which means whenever I'm changing, whenever I'm moving my torso, the hand just stays put. And even globally, it's only whenever the global control, the ground control, is going to move, that controls is going to move with that controller within that space. So I think that's it in terms of like the different types of controls that we have. So we just have the normal IK-FK setup for the legs, the same ones that we've seen for the leg asset. Then we have also an IK-FK setup for the arms and the hands here. We have still an additional IK control for the shoulder. We have an IK setup for the spine and the head as well. Just normal controls for, let's make it a bit jaw is sometimes quite hard to select. So that's just in terms of all the different type of controls. So as you can see, like currently this character already has a couple of controls that sometimes it can be quite tricky just to select them because they might all be very close to each other or they might be overlapping each other. Like for instance, if we see here, we have the head, the jaw, the two shoulder controls, and then already have a chest control. They're always quite close to each other. So again, the asset selector can make that a bit easier. So you don't really have to fiddle around with your camera or anything like that. You can just immediately select the controls. Also, again, since this character has a bit more controls, it also comes with a bit more selection and key presets. So again, in this case, it's subdivided into FK and IK parts, so it's a bit easier for you to select the different parts. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for watching.